So, welcome to the third lesson of the Drivve Print Technical Training for TOSHIBA. This lesson is going to cover pull printing. It was set up automatically as a part of the setup, but also we can set it up just as a standalone module. What that means is that the user will actually log in to the pull printing app when they go to menu and select Drivve Print in the EWB menu option. As it is right now with the authentication setup, when they select that Drivve Print button, they'll actually already be logged in. But we can also, if we didn't have the authentication module, we can set it so that they can enter their PIN or their shortcode or their username and password and then see their jobs. You'll notice if you go to the devices and printers that there's a MyQ printer here that was created automatically during the setup when I created that first printer. And if I go back into Drivve Print in the hold queues, I see MyQ has been created. I can change the name if I want. I can change the description. If it's announced, that means it's available as an AirPrint printer. If you don't see it on your iPhone or iPad, go to drivve.com and search AirPrint, and there's some steps that you can take to make sure that it'll show up. You could also change the driver if you wanted. It should use the same one as that first printer that we set up. And also in advance, I have the option of setting it up to do pre-processing. And also I can set the converter driver. And what that means is we will actually convert the job and process it right when we get it. So it's waiting as a print file for the user. That helps a lot with the speed. So if you don't select that, what happens is that we hold the job in its native format and then release it based off the driver of whatever printer the user is at. But if they're all the same printers, you can just do pre-processing so that as soon as the job is submitted, we'll go ahead and get it ready to print, so it'll come out right away. A couple ways that users can submit jobs to a hold queue. One, the most common one, is just to share this MyQ printer out and to print to it. You'll see that the printer properties are set up to use that Drivve Print port here, and also it's set to the MyQ as a target and pull print is the service. That'll all be done automatically for you, but if I print to this queue here, it'll actually put it into the queue of the logged on Windows user. So in this case, I believe I'm logged in as a user called administrator. So if I print a test page to that printer, it'll actually show up here in Drivve Print. I can go to held jobs, and you see that it's holding for the administrator user. So when the administrator walks up and swipes his card or logs in and goes to the pull print, that job will be waiting for him and he can print it out. The other way of getting a file into the hold queue is just via the upload page. A regular user can log in there, and I'll show you if I log out and I go to this URL. I would just change the IP address for localhost, and let's say Bobby wants to log in. Bobby can upload a job to the MyQ here as a target or directly to the printer, and when I do that, it'll be waiting for me when I go log in. While I'm here, it's good to mention also that Bobby could also go to the My Details up there and give himself a shortcode if we were going to log in via the shortcode. So if I log back in as the admin, I'll show you the third way that jobs can be placed into that user's hold queue, and that's via the mailbox. So if I have a mailbox for mobile printing and I want to set it up so that everybody who emails something to that mailbox, it'll go into their queue, I can do it here in the mailbox section. So I have a mailbox here set up, and this is really important. I want to set the target, and I want to set it to MyQ. If I set it to eStudio 306, then everything that comes into that mailbox will just be printed out automatically to that TOSHIBA MFP. But in this case, I want to do it to MyQ. If it's a Gmail account or Yahoo, you can go ahead and set the settings automatically. In this case, it's not. It's a specific Drivve one. So I'll go ahead and put all the information in. We want to put the SMTP account in there so we can send notifications to users. And in the options, I can select a couple things. Secure mode is for pin printing. Anonymous mode is so that we can accept a job from any user. Auto create users is so that we can create a user account here for that user when they send an email to us. So this is really good for guest printing. So if someone comes into your office, they can send an email here. It'll send them back an email with their short code and their password, and they can actually go log in into the Toshiba, and we can control that, they're just a standard user, they can't print color, things like that. Also, we can do always print body. I'm going to go ahead and check it here. It's going to go check that mailbox and see if there are any messages in it. And if there are messages in it, it'll let me know that it's going to delete them, because actually what it does is it goes up and checks the mailbox. I guess maybe my password was wrong, but it'll go up and check the mailbox. It'll grab all the messages that are in there. Here it's set to do it every 30 seconds. It'll delete that message, and then it'll put it into that user's MyQ. So that's a really good way to do mobile printing and secure release. They send it to the email address, we set it to the MyQ, and then we actually put it into that user's queue. So remember, the 3 ways to set up the MyQ are share out this MyQ printer, allow the users to upload their files, and then also set up an email address. So now when I go to the device, I'll be able to log in, and when I go over to the public menu, I'll see Drive Print, and I can see all my jobs for that user.